You're lying in bed at 11 p.m., scrolling through your phone, half asleep. Suddenly, you're adding a matte black gaming mouse to your cart. You already have a mouse. It's sitting in that desk drawer where electronics go to die, next to a webcam you bought in 2020. But this one is different. It's got 47 programmable buttons, and there's a little red timer telling you only 4 are left in stock. If you don't act now, you'll miss out forever, so you buy it. 3 days later, you open the box and feel absolutely nothing. You shove it in the drawer and wonder why you just spent $89 on something you will never fully use. If this sounds familiar, congratulations. Your brain is working exactly as designed, which is to say, terribly. Because your brain was built to help you find berries in a forest, not resist targeted ads for a heated eyelash curler. Today we're going to talk about why Kong keeps buying things he doesn't need, how the system is rigged, and how to stop it. Look at Kong's bank statement. He makes okay money, but last month he spent $340 on things he bought while scrolling in bed. He can tell you what every single item is. He absolutely cannot tell you why he actually needed any of them. To understand this, you need to know one fact. Your brain has a chemical called dopamine, and we've been lied to about it. For decades, we were told dopamine is the pleasure chemical, the thing that makes you feel good when you finally get what you want. Except that's wrong. Dopamine is not your pleasure chemical. Dopamine is your wanting chemical. And the difference between wanting and liking is the exact reason Kong has a closet full of stuff he never uses. Scientists proved this with monkeys. They trained them to push a button after seeing a light signal to get a treat. Brain scans showed the dopamine surge happened the moment they saw the light, not when they actually ate the food. Your brain gets high on anticipation. It gets high on wanting, not having. This is why you can spend 45 minutes adding things to your cart and feel absolutely fantastic. Then the box arrives, you open it and think, why did I buy this? Your brain already got its hit. The brain has completely separate systems for wanting and liking. You can desperately want something, buy it, and feel nothing. The wanting system got you to click purchase, but the liking system was never invited to the party. This is why product photos sell you a fantasy, the fantasy version of you who owns a $200 smart scale. That version of you tracks every calorie, has visible abs, and has their entire life together. The real version of you eats pizza at midnight, and that smart scale sits on the bathroom floor judging you. And it gets worse. Brain scans show that when you see a price tag, a very specific part of your brain lights up. It's the exact same region that fires when you experience physical pain. Spending money literally hurts. Your brain genuinely processes a high price as a physical attack, which is why payment technology was invented to numb that pain. Cash hurts the most. Credit cards hurt less because it's just plastic. Digital wallets hurt even less. And buy now, pay later barely registers as pain at all, because the cost is split into tiny, invisible chunks. People spend 20% more when using cards instead of cash. Removing the friction makes you blind to the cost. The entire economy is designed to numb the pain and amplify the wanting, and they are doing this on purpose. Let's look at pricing tricks. You know $9.99 is basically $10, but your brain reads left to right. Your subconscious anchors on that left digit. This simple trick increases sales by up to 35%. Then there's the power of free. The word free completely short-circuits your logic, but nothing compares to fake scarcity. Only 3 left in stock, flash sale ending in 10 minutes. These timers hijack your loss aversion. Losing something feels twice as painful as gaining the same thing feels good. So when you see last chance, your brain stops evaluating the product. It just evaluates the fear of missing out. This is why checkout lanes in supermarkets are filled with candy. You're tired, your defenses are down, so you grab it. But store layouts were just the beginning. The new battlefield is the 6 inches of screen in your hand. TikTok Shop did billions in sales last year, and 71% of shoppers bought things they weren't even searching for. They weren't planning to buy anything. They were just scrolling in bed, and suddenly they're buying a product they didn't know existed 5 seconds ago. Every scroll is a potential transaction. The average person now spends almost $900 a year shopping directly on social media. Over half of Gen Z has made a purchase just because an influencer told them to. But here is the punchline. 55% of social shoppers regret their impulse purchases. The scroll-to-cart pipeline is optimized for conversion, not satisfaction. And we haven't even talked about subscriptions yet. Kong thinks he spends about $111 a month on random streaming and software. The actual number is almost $300 a month. That is a massive blind spot.
nearly $2,000 a year in spending he literally forgets about. Almost half of all consumers have at least one active subscription they completely forgot existed, like that sample library for music production. Here's a number I want you to remember. If you are young right now and you cut just $20 a day in unnecessary spending, one delivery fee, one impulse Amazon order, one forgotten app subscription, and you invested that $20 instead, by retirement, you wouldn't have $187,000. You'd have over $1.8 million. You're not just buying a quick fast food meal, you're literally selling your retirement. $20 a day is the difference between retiring early and working until you drop. That delivery order costs you $500 in future wealth. And then there's buy now, pay later, which might be the most dangerous financial trap yet. Over 90 million people use it. It works by turning the pain of paying into something that barely registers. Instead of $100 now, it's just 4 easy payments of $25. Your brain can't add up those small amounts into the real total cost. It just sees the $25 and thinks, yeah, I can afford that. The results are brutal. People spend 85% more when they use buy now, pay later, because the spending doesn't feel real. And the consequences are piling up fast. Over 40% of users missed a payment last year, getting hit with massive late fees. Here's what keeps financial advisors up at night. An entire generation is financing $30 purchases. You're not even buying a car or a laptop. You're paying $7 a month for 4 months just to own a custom phone case. We have turned nickels into installment plans, and we're calling it financial innovation. It's a disaster. Okay, pause for a second. We need to talk about something nobody's saying out loud. You feel like you're the only one struggling, right? Like everyone else has figured it out and you're the only person buying garbage at midnight. Here's the absolute truth. The average American has $1,000 of unworn clothes in their closet. 1/3 of the food we buy goes straight into the trash. This is not just a you problem. This is an everyone problem. Because the system isn't designed for you to win. The system is designed for you to spend. And if you feel like you're losing, that's not a failure. That is the system working exactly as intended. People spend thousands a year on non-essentials and completely forget about them. You're basically working an entire quarter of the year just to pay for things you don't even remember buying. This is why total credit card debt just hit an all-time record of over $1 trillion, with average interest rates over 21%. But the real cost isn't even the interest, it's the opportunity cost, the wealth you never built because you spent the money instead. Remember that $340 a month Kong was spending on impulse buys? If he invested that over 30 years, it becomes over $400,000. He's literally spending nearly $500,000 on stuff he bought while half asleep. A $5 daily energy drink habit seems completely harmless. It's just $5, right? But if you invested that $5 every day for 30 years, it grows to almost $250,000. That is not a typo. Let's add up a typical household's leak spending: coffee, unused subscriptions, impulse Amazon orders, food delivery. Throw in some convenience snacks and fast fashion. That is easily $600 a month draining from your account. Invested over a long career, that $600 a month becomes over $250,000. Your small, unnecessary purchases are not small at all. They are the difference between living free and being trapped. And speaking of food delivery, let's talk about how insanely expensive convenience has gotten. Delivery orders cost 3 to 5 times more than cooking the exact same meal at home. The fees inflate the total by nearly 50%. A $10 meal becomes $25 delivered. If you order delivery daily instead of cooking, your DoorDash habit could cost you $700,000 in retirement. Meanwhile, 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including half of those earning over $100,000. You're not broke because you don't earn enough. You're broke because your brain is being hacked. Hacked 47 times a day by people who have spent billions figuring out exactly how to make you click buy now. Before we fix this, we need to see exactly how the trap snaps shut. It's time for a Kong rewind. Let's rewind to last week. Kong is stressed after a long day at work. His defenses are completely down. He opens his phone. The algorithm instantly shows him a smart coffee mug that keeps drinks hot forever. 20% off today only. His dopamine spikes. He feels the FOMO. He clicks buy with one tap. Zero friction, zero pain of paying. 2 days later, it arrives. He uses it exactly once. Now it's just a $120 paperweight collecting dust. The rewind shows us the anatomy of a trap: the stress trigger, the fake urgency, the zero friction payment, and the instant regret. So how do we beat this? Here is the single most effective thing you can do starting today to break the cycle. Strategy 1, the 24-hour rule. Screenshot the item, add it to your cart, close the app. Set a phone reminder for tomorrow. That's it. When the reminder goes off, 70% of the time, you won't even remember why you wanted it in the first place. One user did this for 90 days and cut her impulse spending from $340 a month to just $95. She saved $245 monthly by literally doing absolutely nothing except waiting. Waiting kills the dopamine spike. The second strategy is reframing purchases in terms of your actual life energy. Every dollar is time you traded for it. If you earn $25 an hour after taxes and something costs $75, that item does not cost $75. It costs 3 hours of your life. You have to work 3 grueling hours to own that thing. Ask yourself, is it worth it?
The third strategy is environmental design. Delete Instagram, TikTok, and every single shopping app from your phone right now. Not later, right now. I know what you're thinking, but Kong, I need Instagram to send memes to my friends. No, you need the browser version of Instagram that is clunky, annoying, and doesn't have one-click checkout. Make shopping inconvenient again. Friction is your absolute best friend in personal finance. Every extra step, password prompt, or lag between impulse and purchase gives your logical brain time to wake up. Strategy 4. Use cash for your discretionary spending. I know it sounds old school, but the data proves it works. Cash users spend up to 18% less than card users because physical money actively triggers the pain of paying. You literally feel it when you hand over physical paper in a way you don't when you blindly tap a piece of plastic. And here is the most important mindset shift. This isn't about total deprivation. You aren't punishing yourself. The goal isn't to stop spending entirely. The goal is to make sure your spending reflects what actually matters to you. That is the real difference between feeling broke all the time and feeling in total, absolute control of your life. Set up what I call a guilt-free spending account. Every single month, a fixed amount goes into it automatically. Say it's $100. That is your buy whatever stupid thing you want money. Zero guilt attached. You see a matte black smart mouse with 47 buttons? Cool. Buy it with your guilt-free money. Enjoy it. But when that $100 is gone, it is absolutely gone. No borrowing from next month, no swiping the credit card. This does 2 major things. It lets you spend money without anxiety, and it forces you to actually choose, because you simply cannot buy everything. You have to decide what you actually want in your life versus what you only wanted for 30 seconds because a TikTok algorithm showed it to you at midnight. The real question isn't, how do I stop spending completely? The question is, does this spending reflect who I am? If you value experiences, spending money on concert tickets with friends makes complete sense. That's aligned. If you value sleep and recovery, investing in a high-quality mattress is a brilliant move. That's aligned. But that random $80 gadget you bought at 11 p.m. because a red countdown timer stressed you out? That is not aligned with anything except a massive retailer's quarterly earnings target. Here's the reality. Consumer culture has spent decades building a massive system designed to make you feel inadequate. Social media amplified this by creating an endless arms race of perceived success. Everyone is posting their absolute highlight reel. You see it and feel so far behind, so you buy things to catch up. But the satisfaction never comes because it's a performance. But there is a huge cultural counter-movement happening right now. Underconsumption, de-influencing, no-buy challenges. People are finally starting to push back against the toxic idea that absolute happiness comes from mindless accumulation. And the data backs them up. In the 1940s, with far less stuff, people rated their happiness higher than we do today. More stuff hasn't made us happier. The hedonic treadmill is very real. You emotionally adapt to every single purchase. The shiny new thing becomes completely normal, and then you instantly need the next thing just to feel that brief spark of joy. It is a cycle that never ends. The brain is not designed for permanent satisfaction from material goods. It is designed to keep wanting. So, here's the prescription. Learn to love constraints. Embrace good enough instead of constantly chasing perfect. Curtail social comparison. Unfollow every single person who makes you feel inadequate or poor. Do it right now. The average person spends thousands a year on impulse buys. 95% of buying decisions are completely subconscious. That means your spending isn't your decision. It is the result of psychological manipulation. But once you see the system, you can't unsee it.
The fake scarcity, the prices ending in 9, the countdown timers screaming at you. Your brain isn't broken, the system is just exploiting how it works, and once you see the strings, no one can pull them. So, the next time you are lying in bed at 11 p.m., scrolling through your phone, tired and stressed out, and you see that shiny new gadget with a countdown timer screaming that only 2 were left in stock, I want you to remember something. That gadget is not going to change your life. It's just a dopamine hit. But the money you don't spend on it, invested over 30 years, that small amount becomes tens of thousands of dollars. That money turns into a year of financial freedom, the ability to quit a toxic job, the down payment on a house. The gadget is never about the gadget. It is about whether you are spending your life energy on things that actually matter. Your money is your life. Every dollar is time you permanently traded for it. Make sure it is worth the trade. If you want to help Kong stop making terrible financial choices, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to figure out this money game together. See you in the next video.